One's famous for hosting Travel Man and a bit weird, and the other's famous for hosting Travel Man and a bit weird. There's clearly been some sort of mix-up, but we're going to go with it. It's Richard Ayoade and Joe Lycett.
I agree. You weirdo. You're
weird.
So weird.
I dispute this.
How was your lockdown?
I've had a fine lockdown, Jimmy.
Fine.
It's been all right. I quite like... It's not been much different for me, of course.
Joe, Richard, have you got a team name?
Richard had a lovely thought.
What about Lycett to Thrill?
That's good.
Lycett to Thrill, it is. Right, let's get on with the show. Our first round is all about the year's top stories. COVID-19 dominated the headlines. The bad news was millions infected, families divided, the economy destroyed. The good news, no more queues at the post office. Clap for Carers was a way for the UK to show their appreciation for the NHS. I was very involved with Clap for Carers. I slept with 2 nurses, caught it off the first one, gave it to the second. Donald Trump had a hell of a year. What's next for Trump? Well, judging by his size and shape, I imagine Wave 2 will get him. In September, Trump's tax returns were made public. Turns out the multi-millionaire only paid $750 in tax. I don't know about you, but I'm warming to the guy. Right, let's get started. I've got some questions for you.
Yes!
Straight in. Woo! Oh, yeah. In January, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle announced plans to step back from royal duties and move to America. A term was coined to sum up the event and added to the Collins English Dictionary. What was it?
Megxit.
Megxit.
Yes, because it sounds like Brexit.
Stacey, Megxit or...
I said Megxit.
I thought it might be Brary.
Brary?
Yes. Brexit and Harry together. So we agreed to disagree, but we went with Megxit first.
I think you get a point there, really. And you got this, David, Maya?
Yeah.
We spelt it with a Z instead, though, which is more futuristic and dynamic than the ancient X.
Joe Wicks asked you if you knew what the government's third COVID slogan was. Have you got it?
Stop, collaborate and listen.
And Maya?
Hands, face, space.
Yeah.
Is what we put in.
You're absolutely right. It was hands, face, space.
Ah.
Of course, by the time this goes out, that will have changed to we're clueless, you're fucked.
Yeah.
I thought they should have gone with COVID-19, Matt Hancock nil. Points, no points, no points. I asked you if you knew what treatments Trump suggested for COVID-19. Richard?
Disinfectant, anusol, bath scum, your own tears and juice.
OK, I mean, you've really covered the gambit there.
Yeah.
Is it Anusol, isn't it? It's for piles, isn't it?
Yeah.
When I get home tonight, there's going to be a crate of anusol waiting for me from my sponsor. So my work's done.
Yeah.
Worth rocking up for another year.
It's over to Tiger King's Carol Baskin.
Hello, Jimmy. It seems strange to open with that since my trademark greeting has been made famous the world around since Netflix Tiger King launched back in March. Can your teams remember what my greeting was?
OK, so what was her sort of trademark greeting?
I don't know it, but it's not a fault of memory. I just haven't engaged with it.
You haven't engaged with Tiger King?
No.
I'd recommend it. You learn a lot of interesting things watching Tiger King. You learn that, like, an animal sanctuary is remarkably similar to a zoo. It's just got different signage.
OK.
Just animals in cages.
I feel I've learnt that by you telling me.
Next, I asked you if you knew what Parasite director Bong Joon-ho wanted to do with his Academy Award. Did you get it?
Possibly.
Come on, Richard.
Texas chainsaw it and share it among his crew.
Texas chainsaw it and share it.
Yeah.
Exactly the right answer.
Thank you.
OK, what did you... James, Stacey?
James thought he might have wanted to eat it. So we did write that, but I also wanted to say that possibly he wanted to share it with the other nominees.
You wanted to chop it up and share it, basically.
Yeah, that's what we thought it was similar. Similar thinking.
Yeah.
And then you've written something sideways. I feel like someone's taken over the writing on this.
That says, put it in a pickle jar, because preservation is key.
Yes, that's it. He wanted to put it in a pickle jar.
That is not the case. He wanted to chop it up and share it. Points, no points.
I feel the Texas chainsaw is quite an important part of the answer, and I feel we're going to get so few points.
Why are you saying Texas chainsaw is important?
Because they haven't put the Texas
They haven't
chainsaw.
put that.
So we are the only people who should get points.
Because they got share it with the nominees, and you said share it with the crew, and I decided to kind of ignore that.
Yeah.
He calls his other nominees his crew. That's just him. That's Bunjum.
Tiger King Carol Baskin asked you if you knew what her trademark greeting was. Did you get this?
Oh, yeah, we did get this, actually.
What did you put?
I didn't do a murder.
That is maybe one of her catchphrases.
Yeah.
What did you get?
They're great.
I mean, I see where the mix-ups happened.
We haven't seen it.
Tony the Tiger isn't in it. There's no reference to Frosty.
Well, then I feel like it shouldn't be called Tiger King, because if Tony's not in it, the king isn't in it, is he?
Very true.
Really good point.
Yeah, that's a good point, well made. Joe, Richard, what did you get?
Hello, cats and kittens.
OK, I'm going to give you that, because catchphrase is, hey, all you cool cats and kittens.
Yeah, close, isn't it?
Here she is.
Hey, all you cool cats and kittens. It's Carol at Big Cat Rescue.
Cool cats and kittens.
Laura Whitmore asked you what Donald Fear did on TV for the first time since 2006. What did you put? Richard Ayoade?
Apply Anusol live on Saturday Kitchen.
In October, Kanye West utilised the very latest in technology to give his wife, Kim Kardashian, an impressive gift for her 40th birthday. She described it as the most thoughtful gift of her lifetime. What was it?
Presentation pack of Anusol.
I asked you what impressive tech gift Kanye West got Kim for her 40th birthday. What did you all say?
It was a virtual reality version of her dad that had
Okay.
died.
Yeah.
James, Stacey?
We put a hologram of her father who passed.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
a hologram of your live dad would be proper waste of money. Joe, Richard, what did you put?
I put a hologram of OJ's lawyer.
Which is the correct answer also, because her dad was, of course, OJ's lawyer. He didn't mention that in the hologram speech.
No.
It was creepy and quite impressive. Well, take a look.
You look beautiful, just like when you were a little girl. You married the most genius man in the whole world, Kanye West.
And he has to do magic there every night now he's dead.
Now we're on to the definitions of words. OK, so the first word was zoonosis. Did you all know what zoonosis meant?
Well, I thought it was to do with Zoom. When you're on Zoom for so long, you go a bit crackers. So that's why...
Oh,
so
zoomnosis.
like a zoomnosis, but zoonosis.
Well, zoonosis, disappointingly, is any disease that is naturally transmittable from vertebrate animals to humans.
We should get a point for that. We said zoo disease, which is basically a summary of that.
I'll give you a point. I'll give you a point for zoo disease. No points, point, no points. OK. Next one was fomite. What do you think fomite was?
I went down a similar thread of fear of missing out, but then I was in a rush, so just wrote the first words that came to my mind with those letters. So it's fear of missing instant tank elephants. Is that the right answer, Jimmy?
It is not exact. A fomite is a contaminated surface.
So, yeah, fear of missing instant tank elephants.
In April, Boris Johnson welcomed a baby boy. I'm not saying he's had a lot of kids, but when he arrived at the maternity ward, Boris asked for the usual. The new Chancellor of the Exchequer, Rishi Sunak, is teetotal, which I think goes some way towards explaining why he gave people money, time off, and then shut all the pubs. OK, time for some more big fat questions, all about people. First up, we're going over to R&B legend, Craig David.
Hi, Jimmy. Hope you're well, mate. I'm off on tour next year celebrating 20 years of my first album, Born to Do It, which I am so looking forward to. Now, speaking of being born to do it, my fellow musician Grimes and her partner Elon Musk gave birth to their newborn son earlier this year. He was given a fairly interesting name, but can your teams remember what they called him?
That's what I imagine the waiting room at Dignitas to be like.
That
very
really
nice.
has that air to it, doesn't it?
Doesn't it?
You
Nice.
touch that crystal and then you just disintegrate.
Yeah.
Now we know what he meant when he said he chilled on Sunday, that poor guy.
I think you're pretty close. Could you pronounce that for me?
Yes, it's...
I think you've got it sort of right there. You've got bits of it right. X-Ash A12. You get a half point there, because you're pretty close. The X stands for the unknown variable. Ash is the Elven spelling of AI, artificial intelligence, and also a word for love. A12 is the precursor to their favourite aircraft, the SR-17.
Why did they go for the precursor to their favourite aircraft
And not
rather than just the favourite one?
Because SR-17 be a silly thing to call a kid.
Yes, you're right. Sorry, silly question.
Next, I asked you what Gal Gadot and some of her celebrity friends did in a video. Did you get this?
We said...
They sang Imagine in 15 different keys.
I mean, that is specific. James, Stacey?
Yeah, Imagine.
OK.
Sang Imagine, but it was shite.
Let's remind ourselves of the cringeworthy and pretty painful to watch rendition.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. Nothing to kill or die for. They say that I'm a dreamer. And the world will be as one.
Yeah, it's fairly cringeworthy. If you listen very carefully, though, at the end, you can hear John Lennon turning in his grave.
I just don't get the point. I was like, oh, this is cute, but why? Like, it doesn't...
It fixed coronavirus, don't you remember?
No.
They did that right at the beginning as well.
Yeah.
That's, like, early to go nuts. Even now, I don't feel on the verge of texting anyone and going, do you want to do something that batshit?
If they'd done Rabbit by Chaz and Dave.
You're familiar with Rabbit by Chaz and Dave?
No.
It's a hell of a tune.
Bunny Rabbit, you won't stop talking. Why don't you give it a rest? It's a very wonderful hymn to women shutting up.
OK.
It's such a lovely sentiment as a song. It really is so nice. And especially at Christmas. It's the song we always put on. And could we go, it's Christmas? Give it a rest. It's a lovely... And it's lovely to have it musically backed up.
You used to be able to have a hit song with basically misogyny. Have a listen.
You got beautiful eyes.
Beautiful eyes, great.
Lovely, lovely, lovely.
Yes.
OK, slightly... Hang on.
Because...
You won't stop talking. Why don't you give it a rest?
This was a hit. This was like a number one.
More rabbit than Sainsbury's. Couldn't even get to Sainsbury's because she was always bending your ear. I've been trying to get Sainsbury's for days now. You don't stop talking.
If that was the end credits to Loose Women, it would be so funny.
Are you anything to do with the government? Is this story government-based?
Yes.
Elaborate.
No, he cannot elaborate.
No, yes or no,
Yes
mate?
or no question.
Yes or no? Don't you gotta stop
He does not.
talking. Bunny rabbit, pardon.
So, question-wise, so far we have found that it's something to do with the lockdown. It doesn't work for the government, but it's to do with the government.
Is it a clip that went viral? Were you caught in a clip?
Yes, it was a clip that went viral. Don't say what you think it was. Don't say what you think it was.
Do you reckon?
Something governmental.
What, that guy? He wouldn't come on here if that was him.
No, OK.
Oh! But what was it? It was a... Don't you look at my answer! Don't look at the answer!
Don't, come on.
Hi, Stacey, how are you?
Hi. I know what it was too.
Yeah, fuck off, all right.
Who gave Joe those curtains?
Joe
I brought them myself, isn't that clear?
Captain Tom with his number one, You'll Never Walk Alone. I asked you what song received complaints and led to US political pundit Ben Shapiro tweeting, my only real concern is that the women involved get the medical care they require. What do you think it was? Can I, Joe?
Was it Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion with their top hit, Wet As Pussy?
That's the only way that should be pronounced.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct. Stacey, Joe, did you get this?
Yep, whop.
Yeah, that is correct. Maya, David?
Yeah, wet and gushy. That's what you said, isn't it?
Well, this is a conversation I'm finding difficult to negotiate.
Well, it's very hard being a new father.
Shall we continue with the quiz?
Yes, because you've got to go to Maya's parents' evening in a minute.
Yeah.
OK, I showed you Dave Grohl performing a new track all about someone called Nandy. I wanted to know who's Nandy. Did anyone get this?
She's a kid who plays the drums.
Oh. That is the right answer. She's a kid that plays the drums that challenged Dave Grohl to a drum-off online, and he took to the challenge, and then she kind of beat him in the drum-off, and then he wrote a song about her as a prize. He's a very nice man.
She's also his chiropodist.
Yeah. She's the former chiropodist.
I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, I am sure.
That's
No
what
points.
she's going to fall back on if the drumming doesn't work out. Yeah. It's
I
good
think
to
the
have a
drumming
trade.
is going to work out. What did you write for this, Mike?
Well, is it the correct plural of Nando? As in more than one branch of Nando's? One Nando, many Nandy.
No point. point, no point. Let's take a look at Nandi in action. She's a remarkable young woman. Have a look at this.
Only a chiropodist would play drums barefoot.
Exactly. Look at those feet. Those feet are in top condition.
Yeah. Back in February, Tyson Fury beat Deontay Wilder to the WBC heavyweight crown. All I want to know is, how did Tyson Fury celebrate his victory in the ring after his post-match interview? So he got interviewed in the ring afterwards. He did something for 2 minutes. It was extraordinary and weird and very Tyson Fury.
He's a silly boy, isn't he?
He's quite a silly boy, isn't he?
Silly boy, Richard Ayoade.
OK. I asked you if you knew what Tyson Fury did to celebrate his win against Deontay Wilder. What did you think he did in the ring?
The okey cokey?
You think he did the okey cokey in the ring?
Oh!
How does it go?
Whoa!
That's only when ghosts sing it.
Oh, what did you put?
He touch-typed.
He's a silly boy.
You are a very serious boy. He didn't touch type because...
No, he probably didn't have the time.
What did you put, Joe, Richard?
I said work from Ibiza or the pool, which is where he
Work
is.
from Ibiza or the pool is right. That was one of the
Like
requirements.
sports cars, is that there?
Is it OK?
And then must like eggs.
Health food.
Loves eggs.
3 points.
You can't have a point for eggs, I don't
Right,
think.
Mate.
It says here, one of my favourites, says, be intelligent but not boring.
Yeah. That's tough.
It's quite harsh, isn't
That
it?
is tough. Yeah.
That's the problem with Chomsky. Very intelligent. What a bloody pain in the arse.
OK. I wanted to know who Harry and Meghan handed the keys to Frogmore Cottage to. Did you get this, Stacey?
Kylie and Jason.
So close.
That would have been great.
Wouldn't it?
Would have been
Magical.
Joe, Richard?
Dom and Dick. Are they still active?
Dick and Dom, surely.
Yeah.
It's like Ant and Dec. You don't say Dec and Ant.
No, they've actually
Dick and
applied...
Dom.
No, it's like McCartney after John Lennon died. They wanted it swapped just to get equal time.
David, Maya, what did you put?
Usually the princess and her husband, the man,
Jack.
they.
Is the right answer. Yes, they've now got the house.
He's got one pocket too many there. The top one's for stamps.